think we've started. Hopefully it's coming through. We'll see, I guess. All right. Well, okay. So this is my first attempt at live streaming. We'll see how it pans out. Lots to do today. So planning to do probably a bit of building to start with, and then planning for the future, I guess, for the upcoming episode. So this live stream is after episode 7, but episode 8 has partly been recorded. So there's spoilers around, which you may see. Something down here. That guy. It's not a big spoiler, I guess, but yeah. All right. What should we get started with? I do need to build this building a bit more. I do need to set up this area over here. And I also do need to set up the area where I'm going to put the blast furnaces. So that is over here. So my plans are to extend this out to have more blast furnaces. I want to passive everything that's blast furnaceable, I guess. So things like steel and aluminium. So this first one will be aluminium. But I guess probably first things first, I need to get rid of this because I changed my mind about what I was going to do with this. So let's get rid of this. Actually, we can do this, can't we? Use the laser wrench. And then probably easiest thing to do is do that. Oops, no, that's not going to work. Do this. That one? Yep. Cool. Easy peasy. And that, I guess, doesn't make sense anymore either. Oh, well, we'll leave that for now. Right. Welcome. From Colombia. Okay, no worries. Actually, I'll put that into my storage system, I think. All right. Now, let's see. I want to extend this out. So my goal is to have this actually be enclosed, like have a roof. But this area out here won't be. So it'll be just open. But grass isn't the right material to use for the floor. I think I might just use stone bricks, I guess. Wonder if I could do a tiered approach here, rather than have it just be one flat platform. So, say for example, if I was doing the blast furnaces like that, and then down, let's get rid of this, and then have like a layer slightly down, and then the next one here. Oh, it doesn't line up, but you know what I mean. Get rid of that. I have to be careful here because the dirt's only one block thick. I'll fall into the void. So something like that, if you know what I mean. Like, so it goes from here down to there, etc. Love that you're taking an artistic direction and actually taking time to build out the world. That's fun as you take time to reach each small milestone. It does. I love doing that. It's important because otherwise you burn out. Because if you focus entirely on just progression, like, I mean, look at the progression. Well, this is just for Industrial Revolution. And then, you know, automation, futuristic mechanisms, etc. And you've got all these different processing lines. Like, some of these are huge. So if you spend all your time just rushing progression, you just burn out. So that's why I do things like these decorations and things. They're completely meaningless. They don't add anything to it. But yeah. What's it say? Grown tired of people making lawn bases. Yes. Oh, I hate lawn bases. It's just, it's. I feel like I want to build a base that I'm proud of at the end of the day. Something that I can actually look at and just be proud of, basically. And when you have everything just haphazardly placed with no thought, it's great for like just getting through the pack if that's your goal. But I actually want to. It's the whole journey for me. It's not speed running to the end. Yeah, right. Yeah, it just showcases what the modpack can do, and yeah, I want my creative side to come out. in this because normally I'm quite a creative person. Well, I like to think I am. Yeah, and that said, I'm not perfect in terms of building. I've got there's a little sin over here, which is that this building over here is not finished. I didn't know what to do with this side, so I haven't actually done anything with this bit. And that, yeah. So, yeah, I do it incrementally. So, one thing I'm really missing is the jet boots, which should be happening soon. So, yeah, moving around the base is a bit slow. I've made, in contrast to the last, what was I say? My last playthrough with Star Technology, which was on the beta version, I built that as one giant, one building basically. So everything was quite close to each other. But in this one, I've sort of flattened out the base a bit, but I'm always running from here to there and back and forth. So yeah, it's once I have the jet boots, it'll be better. But yeah, like I was saying, the whole aesthetics thing matters to me a lot. So this, for example, it's only this part here that actually matters. Everything else is just additional decoration, I guess. And in fact, that pipe there isn't even needed. I just thought it would be cool to have a pipe on the front, especially for the thumbnail. I thought it would look kind of cool. And that's just piped into the maintenance hatch, which is hooked up to nothing. So, yeah. I'm doing Star Technology using Crate High Logistics. Oh, okay. Interesting. I haven't played with High Logistics. Is there a lot involved with that? Like, what are the new things in High Logistics compared to just normal Crate? Okay. I think this will work. But I'm going to need to use a different floor material, I think. Let's have a look what we got here. We've got some stone bricks. Let's use some stone. I thought I had a lot more stone than that. And I've made a button for some reason. It allows factory gauges to passively generate items. You can make recipe trees to create what you want, even if it's complicated. Ooh. Okay, that's kind of cool. Recipe trees. Oh, wow, okay. So with those factory gauges and things, do you get access to them early in the playthrough? So is that something that you would use up until you get to AE2? Or is it like sort of competing with AE2? Ah, okay. Cool. Well, that's kind of cool. Because early on, there's not much choice. You don't have much options for automation. Copper, redstone, and brass. Ah, easy. Okay. That's pretty cool. Competing with AE2. Yeah, okay. I'm guessing AE2 is probably, because it has all the storage stuff as well, like, everything's stored as data, it probably would be better long term. More passive based. Ah, okay, yes. Well, I could see them both coexisting then, because AE2 is not good with passive stuff, I've been told. Especially, like, they have the requester, but apparently you're not supposed to use that. It's the wrong approach. Oh, right. Okay, that's cool. Is that a mod you've had to add separately? Because I don't think it's part of the normal one, is it? I have to be careful here that I don't fall into the void while looking at chat. Ah, native crate. Okay, yeah. Crate version 6. Okay, that's kind of cool. Don't like losing all this dirt, but I don't really see a way to do this without losing all. I'm assuming, because I'm speaking and you're hearing me, I'm assuming it's coming through all right. I took a little I did a little test stream yesterday just to make sure the mic settings were working. So hopefully it's all right. And the balance of audio maybe, because I've got the blast furnace behind this wall. It's hopefully not too loud, like not drowning out my voice. I want to go all the way to Draconic Stargate this run. Yes, I want to go as far as I can. When I played it last time, I only got up to the first Stargate, and I didn't even explore Abydos. So it was a limitation basically because I didn't update, so I was always on the beta version. I could have probably updated, but it would have broken a lot of stuff. And so yeah, pretty keen to do that. I heard there's 3 Stargates now, so yeah, it's should be fun. A lot has changed. Something I've been working on recently. It's good about you can use Crate Logistics with processes. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, thank you very much, Gax Backle. It's good. I like hearing sort of feedback like that. It's good. It means I'm on the right path, I guess. So this is a spoiler for the next episode. I was just about to speak about this. This is the rock filtrator. So this is something that wasn't in the beta version. Hang on, is this running out of power? I think it is. Yeah, okay, I need to fix that. So this, it wasn't in the beta version at all. So everything was through sifting, and you had the string, the flint, the iron, and meshes, and everything was done through that. So there's a simple liquid fuel jetpack you can use early that uses ethanol as a fuel source. Is there? And the cats. Yeah, I'll try the cats. We'll see what happens there. I hear that's pretty insane. These are still going? Okay. Right, I need to put this fluid card into here. There we go. I'm transitioning from one fuel source to another. So there was a lot of potatoes still left in here, and I wanted to decommission these and then use up all the fuel. So I switched away from my other fuel source. So that's why this was running out. Now it's using both. All right. So there's a jetpack apparently. Is it this called a jetpack? Liquid fuel jetpack. Electric jetpack. Okay, so that's electric jetpack is MV. Liquid fuel. Oh, I could make this. Don't have any potin, but I could make this. I didn't even know this was a thing. Let's give it a go. I've got some lead. I've got all those bits. Yeah. Let's have a look. What's involved with that? So, oops, I keep pressing the wrong button. All right. Need some empty steel cells. Double steel plate and bronze ring. Okay. All right, let's grab some steel plate. Double steel plate. Oh, can we make double steel plate in a LV bender? Is the question. I probably have to do it manually, don't I? Yeah, it's MB. All right, that's cool. So how much double steel plate was that? What am I looking at here? I've gone blind or something. That's not helping at all. Let me also look up the jetpack again. So to make one of these, we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. What else we got? Planning on rebuilding my energy in Star. I'm going to just try a huge coal factory and use steam engines. Ooh, okay. And then use that to make FE. I'll be streaming for about 2 to 3 hours. See how we go. It's the first time, so we'll see how I go. Maybe, yeah. Oh, we'll see what happens. Still figuring out how to use it, so hopefully it's not too difficult. Okay. Yeah. I really like it when people try things other than the meta, because it otherwise you get locked into one way of thinking. So trying out different power solutions is, yeah, I'm all for that. That's why I'm running my base on ethanol at the moment, not biodiesel, which I did last time. I just wanted to try alternate things and actually try the combustion generators, like these things that are in GregTech, rather than excuse me, rather than always using the thermal series dynamos, because that seems to be what everyone goes for. Or they build massive diesel setups in Crate. Anyway, getting distracted. Much love from Holland. Oh, thank you. That's great. Yeah, yeah. I'm still new to this. That people find my stuff interesting at all is still surprising to me. So, yeah, well, thank you for the kind comments. I'm going to have to make potin. How do we make that? Probably just dust. Anything? Okay, that's pretty easy. Is it cheaper in the mixer? No. Okay, let's make some potin, lead, tin, and copper dust. Do I have lead dust? It's a little bit of a detour from what I plan to be working on at the moment, but I guess that's what the stream is about. Like me learning new things from the community, because I don't know everything, so I'm always open to ideas and things. One lead was probably enough, wasn't it? Because it was mostly the other ingredients. Yes. Okay, let's mix a potin. And now I guess I'm going to have to take it to my only smelting setup that I have, which is all the way over here. Your videos have been entertaining to watch. Amazing work. Thank you very much. I do spend a lot of time trying to make sure that they're accurate and that... oh, this is full. Let me just fix this. Oh. What just happened? I think I placed a block, but I don't know where it went. Okay. Let me just quickly just grab these out of here. This is not good, is it? Oh, because they can't go in there. Okay, hang on. You know, housekeeping stuff. I did place a block, but where did it go? I don't know what happened. Maybe... okay, yeah. It was just the... what do you call it? Effortless building. Thought it was placing it. There's my potin. Yeah, this is my only smelting setup at the moment. It's free, so I can't really complain. I love your style. It's like a chill dad playing Minecraft, sort of guiding you through. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I've been going for. Just kind of, like I said earlier in the stream, just chill, not sort of trying to speedrun it. Right, okay, potin. I can put that through the bender to make plates. Excuse me. It's not a jetpack. A lot of tech, skip a lot of stuff I do. Yes, that was my whole issue originally. I found out about Star Technology way back, 2 years ago when it first came out. And I thought, oh, this is really cool. And I started to play it. And I realized it's actually kind of complicated. So I was like, so I had to look up various guides and things. And I found a few YouTubers who had just started streaming it or doing videos. And I was like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of interesting. But I noticed that they were skipping over things that I'd worked out. And I was like, well, someone else might have the same problem I did. So maybe I will do a video kind of filling in the gaps. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And here I am. So I just felt, oh, okay, I feel like I can explain things that I've learned about the game. And that's how I started. And the thing I've wanted to do for a long time, but I'll be honest, I was too scared to do, was the streaming. So this has been on my list of things to do for the year, to finally do a stream. And so you are all here for the first time to experience that. Okay, let's see. Have we dived into EMI somewhat, like the sub-panel settings? look up history. No, I'll have to admit, I have not really played with EMI too much. The recipe tree function I found kind of interesting, but it's still a bit confusing. That said, I have played around with GTNH a little bit. That's a series I want to do after this one. And the EMI in that is much better. Like the way that it lets you do the crafting and stuff. I don't like the auto crafting. Feel like that's something you should have to do yourself, like by hand. But the way that it can track all the things that you need, like, and have it all broken down, is really good. Like much better than this one. So yeah. Let's see. Really appreciate you going through and adding safety aesthetic features to your builds. Your factory feels like it's a workplace compliant and would have good safety records. That started as a bit of a joke in the previous version I was playing, because I did have to actually get to the top of machines occasionally. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just build a ladder so I don't have to just use the jetpack all the time. And then I was thinking, it's not safe. I could just fall into this crusher. Maybe I'll put a fence around it. And then I liked how it looked. And so I started to think, what happens if my electric jetpack runs out of power? Like, could I actually get around my base? And I realized I couldn't, because you'd have to fly to the next level. So I'm like, well, I need stairs. And so it just kind of snowballed from there. So I try to make every part of my base accessible if you don't have a jetpack, which at the moment I don't, obviously, but yeah, we'll see. Love the content. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I really do enjoy the editing. I know a lot of people feel that the process of editing is a chore, like other YouTubers, but I do enjoy it. It's something I've always loved, so I don't mind it at all. I like making little jokes and cutting the action to music as well, so so that the hits line up. It's a lot of fun. Now then, I need to make some bronze rings. Am I doing this the right way? Yeah, okay. And did I just break my file? I think I just did. No? Okay. Don't know how many of these I'm going to need. That'll do. What have we got here? Your factory being aesthetically pleasing kind of pisses me off since mine looks like programmer art. Yeah. Fun fact, I'm actually a programmer. That's my day job. So it's something I've had to fight against for over the years. I've tried to inject more creativity into my work, which isn't always possible, but Minecraft lets me be creative in that way. Okay, assembler. Where's my assembler? This one. And some bronze rings. Oops. Program circuit, nothing. Double steel plate. There we go. What was I doing? I get so easily distracted. Lead. Okay, so I haven't made any lead parts. So I need 4 lead plates. No, 8 lead plates. Probably going to need more than that, aren't I? I always have a tendency to underestimate. Empty cells. As you can see, I've been mass producing lots of components for making lots of MV circuits later, because obviously we need to make LV circuits to make MV circuits. But I want to make a circuit assembler, obviously, before I do that. So that's probably going to be the goal of episode 8, actually. So no, episode 9, because episode 8 is already mostly recorded. What's your field? I work in data science. I am. Oh, hi, James. I've seen you dropping a few comments on my videos recently, so welcome. What's your field? I've worked in quite a few different fields, like healthcare and asset management, stuff like that. Like as a developer, you obviously work in like whatever thing you like. It's not like if you're a teacher, then you're a biology teacher and that's the only teaching you do. You don't suddenly just go teach physical education or sports or something like that. Like development, like a software developer, you just switch between fields all the time. So I'm currently in fintech. So yeah, that's what I do. Really love how Star Technology does its processing chains, gives you lots of inspiration for what I'm making. That, me too. My favorite thing about Star Technology and also GTNH is the chemistry. I'm a bit of a chemistry nerd. When I was in high school, I actually wanted to be a chemistry teacher. I didn't end up going that way. I discovered I was much better with computers, so that's why I did development. So yeah, I love the chemistry side of things, which is why we're getting into the exciting part of the game for me, because we're past the initial start and we're going to start making things like sodium persulfate and sulfur dioxide and all those things. Remember my kids dragging in this block game I didn't understand. Here is a daddy like 8 years later being stuck on stupid. Yeah, so I can't believe how long people have been playing Minecraft. It's just the one game and they've kept updating it, and it's been going for years and years and years, and people are still playing it. Like generations have been playing it now. So it's amazing. There's not many games like that. What type of healthcare? It was like we were doing anesthetic record keeping. So it was just like a touchscreen app that was in operating theaters that people would, that the surgeons and anesthetists or anesthesiologists, I think if you're from the US, would use to record the information. My youngest son dragged me into Minecraft in 2011. Yeah, it's a bit like that. So what am I working on now? Right this second, I'm getting very distracted by chat and trying to make a jetpack, which I just discovered that exists in the game. What I've been working on recently, this is a spoiler, as I said earlier, for episode 8. So this is like an oxygen setup to run the blast furnace. One thing that I was planning to do is get this area set up for when... So I didn't want to do too much progression in this stream. What I wanted to do was basically set up for episode 9, if that makes sense. Because in episode 9, I want to build all this circuit assemblers and things like that, and also start the blast furnace area. So that's what this would be. And that always takes time to set up the area. So doing it on the stream, I think, would be a good place, because I didn't want to... Because I like to explain things. If I do it on the stream, it won't be captured and people won't be able to... It won't be nicely edited, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. I may or may not have said that to get you back to playing. Okay. Yeah, fair call. I can gas bag a lot. Jetpack. Let's see. Lead rotors. All right, yeah, you're right. I'm getting very distracted, but that's me. That's my kind of... Maybe I'll favorite that because I keep coming back to it. Okay, I need a lead screw and a ring, so that means I need some rods. So I can go to lathe. I really like having this whole workshop of machines. And what surprises me is this isn't even all of them, because there's still the autoclave and... Ooh, what else? Oh, circuit assembler, obviously. But there's a few that I don't have. It's just so many machines in GregTech. It's great. Wow, that is slow. Okay, I didn't know it took so long to make a lead rod. Okay, keep clicking that thing. Lead screw is just the bolts. Can I run it through the lathe? Yes. Whoa, hang on. Run it through the cutter, I guess. Yep. All right. Ah, it's slow. Lead is one of those materials that takes a long time to work. Bolts, and we can run that back through the lathe. I'll just interrupt that. I don't think we need that many. Grab the rods. My inventory is getting messy. Let's put some of this stone away, actually. Okay, so I need to make a ring. Let's have a look. It's probably just easiest to do that, isn't it? And then What's left? Ah, I'm gonna need 2. Oh no. Yep, I need 2. All right. I hate that about EMI. Sometimes it gets confused if there's anything left. If there's anything left in the crafting grid, it doesn't remove it, and so you can get into this state where you keep clicking the button, and it switches what's in there. Okay. Anyway, I didn't make enough plates, did I? Oh no, I did. Okay, cool. So let's have a look. We need 2 screws. Did I make 2 screws? I did. All right, let's make some lead rotors. 1, 2. I'm just thinking, if it's a jetpack, why are the rotors made of lead? Lead is super heavy. You'd think it would be made out of like a lightweight material or something lightweight and strong. Lead is soft and heavy. It seems a bit weird. Anyway, liquid fuel jetpack. Okay. Well, I mean, let's put some ethanol into it. Wonder how we do that. It's a great question. Can I just... yeah, apparently I can. Let's grab some from here. Oops. So it's kind of like a... Yep. Okay, let's go. Aha! Okay. It only works while you're thrusting. That sort of makes sense. Okay. So it's not like proper creative flight. It's just a... what do you call it? Yeah, an actual literal hover, like a jetpack. There is hover mode though. Wonder what that... Sorry. I wonder what that needs. It's probably not that one. I wonder what the key is. Ah, G? Ah, okay, I've set that for something else. Ah, okay, there's a conflict there because it's bringing up the baubles, but also enabling or disabling the jetpack. Let me just check that. What are the controls? Jetpack. Maybe it's Shift G? No. All right, well, I'll have to figure that out, what the hover mode is. But now I can like move around the base like this. Doesn't have the fastest upwards movement, but it's, yeah, that might be handy. Okay, cool. Thank you for that suggestion. And I'll have to keep my eye on the fuel. I'll have to keep my eye on the fuel amount just to make sure I don't accidentally fall to my death. I've managed to survive this entire... Well, I managed to play through all of the beta version without dying once, without falling off or anything like that. I was very careful, and so far I've managed to stay alive, so that's always a plus. It's almost like a hardcore run, but without it being hardcore. All right, let's get back to this, because this is what I was actually trying to do. Let's get rid of some of this. I think I can safely do that. Yep. And the same here. I hate losing those blocks, as I said, but dirt is plentiful. I mean, everything that you see here has been created from nothing, so it's not like we're short on resources for stuff like that. I hope it's helpful with vertical builds. Yes, it would definitely be. The number of times, this is about that jetpack, obviously. Number of times when I was building this, before this was set up, the ladder that I needed to get up here was ridiculous. Like, I had to keep putting down the scaffoldings and stuff. So that's actually really useful. And also, when I built this thing over here, as I said, I get easily distracted. So my apologies. That's what this stream's kind of going to be like. Just be going from place to place, doing random tasks. Oh, I just realized I can do this. I can just jump over the fence. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Anyway, when I was working on this, I was up here. I forgot to set the input bus. In here, you have to set it to program circuit 0. And so I had already jumped down, and then I had to climb back up to do it because it wasn't working. And it was a bit annoying, and it messed up the recording, and I had to edit around it. But that is very, very handy. This is a bit of a game changer. So I can get up here. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. One of the things I find this funny about myself is I make these paths and things to go through, and then I will avoid using them and just go the shortest possible way. So if I'm walking through here, we should go around this, right? I find myself just jumping over this, just going straight across here all the time. It's so stupid. Like, I just take the shortest path whenever I can. It's just so silly. And I just jump off this every time I want to get down there as well. It's just, yeah. Anyway, now that I have the jetpack, I have much more freedom to do that. So thank you very much. I just got into LV. I've never played Great Tech before. Any tips? Ooh, okay. Getting into LV. So what you'll want to do is there's a set of machines that you definitely want to make, like straight away, and power them. Because they saved on your resources. So you can do more with less. So you'll want the polarizer, the wire mill, the bender, and the lathe, those 4 machines as a priority. I went for the polarizer first because it's used to make the motors. So the LV motor, LV electric motor requires magnetic iron rods, and those rods can be made in a polarizer or with loads of redstone. And you don't want that. Like, you don't want to waste all your redstone on magnetic iron, because you need so many of these. So that one's a big game changer. And then once you have that, you'll need wires for everything. So wire mill is pretty much a no-brainer. And also, you don't have to make plates, because the recipe for making wire by hand is terrible. So tin wire, you need to make a tin plate and you get 1 wire out, or you use a wire mill on an ingot and you get 2 wires out. So yeah, no brainer there. And then yeah, lathe is the same sort of situation. And once you have those, you can start sort of building all the other machines, and it makes it cheaper because that's what you need to do. And then after that, you want to start, well, it's mostly about progression at that point, and getting a stable source of power is probably the important thing. So it's worth investing some time looking into what you can do. There's a lot of different options. You can make a tree farm and use charcoal and burn it in various things. The power section in the quest log is actually pretty good. There's a lot of different options here. Thermal dynamos you can't really do except for the Stirling dynamo initially, because I think these require the assembler, which you do get early in LV. But just be aware of that. You know, to actually run your first machines in LV, you probably won't be using the better dynamos. But as it says here, the Stirling dynamo can run off charcoal and coal and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my advice, I guess. Just get started and start to passive things if you can, because the time that you spend, it frees you up to spend time building and making progress if you're not having to handcraft everything. That's why I built this machine here. I got a bit of flack. One of my commenters asked me, why did I build this machine? That's not part of it. That's just an add-on. But it essentially is just to make wires, or cables, sorry. The reason why I did it is because I don't want to have to handcraft cables. If I need more cables, I can just drop some tin wire into here or some tin ingots into this hopper, and it just creates it all. And I can just walk away and do something else, and then come back and grab all the tin cables I need. So that's why I do it. It saves me time. Excuse me. Well, I'm not used to talking so much early in the morning because it's 9:42 a.m. here. So I'm not used to talking this much in the morning, so my voice is a little bit rough at the moment. Hopefully it's coming through clear enough. Now then, What was I doing? It does seem like I'm a bit scatterbrained or not staying on task, but I am actually enjoying this. I do enjoy talking about my builds and what my plans are. So yeah, keep the questions coming. Is there a new video today? No, there is not. I release videos every fortnight, and what I've decided I'm going to try and do is on the off week, which is this week, do a stream instead. So you get some posty related content every week. So, and also because what I'm doing here is not going to need to be edited, and so it's not going to take away. It's not going to take away any time from the recording of the video or editing the video. So it's it's a value add, I guess, because I have to do this set, like the stuff I'm doing here with you guys anyway, because I need to set this area up for when I actually do the episode that's coming, in 3 weeks' time. So I might as well do it on stream and chat to people, I guess. So yeah. I missed that comment before. Make the path the shortest path. Yep, that would do it. Of course, just flying over everything would also fix the problem. I'm using the Sterling Dynamo. The GregTech converter doesn't seem to like pipes cables, which is annoying. GregTech converter doesn't seem to like pipes cables. You mean the pipes, the power pipe or whatever it's called? This one here, the energy pipe. Yes, the GregTech converter. Yes, yeah, it wouldn't work. What you can do is you can use like a redstone cell as an intermediate step, I think. Like one of these guys, redstone flux cell, because that will connect, the energy pipes will connect to it, and I think it will output into a GregTech converter. It's annoying because you need like one extra step, but I think that's what I did in my previous playthrough. And the only issue there is you do have to upgrade them, because obviously they have a what do you call it? A transfer speed with how much it will transfer, but you can actually put upgrades into it. So yeah, try that out. I think that's how I got it to work. Okay, let's think about this. So what I want to do, this here, actually I don't like this already because I want to be able to walk through here. Laser IO nodes also work. Ah, yes, they would, wouldn't they? Because that's they use RF or FE. That's another good suggestion there. So you'd need to use an energy card. One of these guys. So not too hard to make at all. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. All right, let me focus at the task at hand. So I want to be able to walk through here. So I put it too close. If that's going to be one of those blast furnaces, if I'm going to be decorating it the way I did this one, I'm going to need a bit more space again. So realistically, it needs to go back one. Like that. And there'll be two, obviously, because I always build them in pairs. And then over here, so this will be for aluminium. And so I'll create like a setup here to actually make the aluminium dust directly. And also probably the nitrogen generation, the centrifuge, like from for the cooking. And then just have them hooked up and have it run passively. So one of my goals, I discovered this late in my playthrough in the last Star Technology, that passiving the sort of the important materials for each tier, like steel for LV, aluminium for MV, doing that and just having it just be making it in the background is amazing. Because when you need to make, say, 64 motors of a particular tier, the materials are just there. You don't have to wait for them to craft or process. It's just sitting there in a chest or a container, and then it slowly replenishes it. I set production limits on a lot of stuff, like 2048 ingots or something like that. Yeah. So I think that's the way to go. Passive everything. That's my motto. All right, let's get rid of that. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would work. I want to put it in. I already have put it in one block that way. That looks not too bad. Okay. Energy card can't be overclocked. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. So you can't. Can you not increase the amount that it produces? Let's have a look. Ah, okay. You're right. Doesn't have any kind of thing in it. I wonder what the throughput is then. Yeah, okay. Good to know. There must be like what's the limit on it though? Yeah. If it can't be overclocked, would it be infinite? I don't know. That seems a bit odd. 1 million EU per tick. Okay, so that's quite a lot. It will last you until what? EV? IV? Maybe. Yeah. Passive circuits. Oh, yeah. I love passiving circuits. We'll see how we go. We'll see how I go with this not episode, this series. Got enough of these. Yeah, okay. So I think that will work. I think that'll work. I'll leave a bit of space because obviously there's going to be lots of stuff behind it, and I think that could be the next tier down. Cool. All right. Let's do this. Oops. Let's grab some stone bricks. Place that there. Do a bit of that. Cool. All right, let's grab some stone, just some normal stone bricks. Just to do this edge. Another thing that I'm going to do this run is I don't want to void anything. So in the last series, I was just like, I don't want to deal with that particular chemical. I'm just going to void it. And I had a lot of people say, what are you doing? Like, it's crazy. And so I thought, okay, let's not void. Why can't I jump up there? Because of the jetpack. I was like, okay, I'll try not to void anything. And as you can see, I've got all these drums that are full of oxygen gas now. This is my sort of fluid storage just off to the side here. I've been running the electrolyzer on to get lots of aluminium from sapphire and green sapphire, and it produces a lot of oxygen. So I've just got it all just in these drums. I'll probably once I set up the sulfuric acid production, that requires a lot of oxygen, so I'll just grab these and just use those in preference initially, and then use the actual oxygen setup. All right, let's see. Checking with chat what we got here. You can set up multiples. It's been plenty for me so far. I'm in HV. Yeah, okay. In the shop, there are upgrades to the effortless build. It increases the distance you can place the blocks. I've already done a lot of those upgrades. I don't know where they are. Here. So there's reach upgrades. I did use those, so I can actually reach a long way. Ah, I need to turn it on first. As you can see. So I don't know if that goes... Yeah, 80 blocks is fine for me. Wonder if there's... let me just check anyway. I'm not going to... In the shop. I'm not seeing them. Maybe they're somewhere else. In either case, yeah, I do have upgrades. So I love effortless building. It is amazing. Effortless building, upgraded, and building gadget are lifesavers. I have never used the building gadget. Is that the one that lets you sort of template things and then just sort of splat the shape out? So if you want to build the same thing multiple times. Building gadget. Okay. Ah, quality of life. All right. Ah, you're right. Okay. Well, I can tick that off because I've done it. But yes, you are right. Very good. Copy stuff, rotate, paste. Okay. Modular routers for energy transfer. I didn't even know it could be used for energy transfer. Hang on, what's the mod called? Modular routers. Ah, you're right. Okay. I've not played around with the energy... Excuse me. I've not played around with the energy transfer. I did use it for this sort of a round robin ore distribution system in the last playthrough, which was very successful. I'll see if that's required this time around. Basically, I wanted to make sure that my ore processing setup was huge. It had lots and lots of different resources. So it had copper, iron, magnetite, pyrolusite, and I wanted to make sure it would process one stack of each and not just do all of the copper in one go, all of the iron in one go. So I needed to make a system that would grab each, like a stack of each, and feed it into the ore processor. And it worked really well. It ended up being not too complicated. Okay, where are we at? This doesn't line up. Cool. I'll probably create some kind of a edge on this, like a better edge. Okay, so 4 blocks. This is going to take a lot of space, I've just realized. Oh, a lot of space. Interesting. Because if we go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, that's quite a lot further out. One, two, three, 4. Oops. Ah. Does that even line up? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let me just finish this little bit here. Actually, let's just make some stairs. Do I have any of those? No, okay. Ah. Out of materials. Oh, actually, slabs would be better. Let's just speak silly. I mean, I've got these materials right here, so might as well use them. There we go. All right. That gap is huge. That's going to take up so much space, because if this is our MV passive and that's our HV, then EV and IV is going to be out there. Okay. I might have to think about that. Because this would be raised up. Actually. Oh, it's finished. Nice. Got some aluminium. Let's grab some tough. I don't have enough tough. Not enough tough. All right. Let's go to my this thing. Stonecutter. Where's the blank tough carving? This needs a search. I know it's alphabetical, but it still needs a search. Okay. So I liked the look of the tough as the base material for the electric blast furnace to sit on. So if that's the case, I can just actually, oops, I can set this up. So it will look like that. And then that's where the materials will come out. And then this one will be all the way down here. Do we need that much space to get through? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I mean, we don't have to commit to this one like right now anyway, because this is the one that I'm going to be building in the next episode. When I say next episode, it's not this next one coming, but the one after that, because I've already recorded the previous one, obviously. It's a bit confusing because of where this episode, where this stream sits in terms of the episodes, because this is halfway through the week where episode 8 would be coming out next week. Yeah, okay. All right. I don't always make up my mind immediately, so let's just do this to make this look a bit more completed. Let's ignore that. But this, yeah, I like this. I like the position of that. So we'll continue with that. I'll leave that there for now. All right. What else can we do? Let's have a look. If you need bulk fluid storage, you could use thermal fluid cells with both LV upgrade kits and LV tank kits for kind of ridiculous storage capacity of 768 buckets. That is quite a lot. Okay. Could use thermal fluids. Ah, yes. Oh, okay. Hang on. So what's an LV tank kit? I haven't heard of that. Ah, okay. Tank capacity 8 times. How's that compared to a super tank, though? The super tank is 4,000. Does require this hermetic casing, though. Everything else is easily doable. And hermetic casing requires polyethylene, which I don't have yet. So I guess, yeah, for fluid storage, I could do that. Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's to solve my oxygen situation, because these are only 64 or 32 each. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's you're onto something there. Fluid cell. Oh, okay. Do you have to deploy it? Oh, you can. Yeah, okay. So I just need a fluid cells frame. Let me load that up in here. Done. And then I just need a tank. Ah, I've already got a fluid cell. Wonder when I made that. Whoops. Is there anything in it? No. Okay. So, tank upgrade. Ah, okay, you need to make the first one. Do I have any rubber sheets? No. Okay. Should be able to do this, I think. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I guess I've made some tin alloy plates. That's all right, I can remelt them. Is this going to work? No, because it's not rubber. No, yeah, I've done that wrong. I need to put... what am I doing? I've got liquid rubber right here. Need to sell... Hang on. This one. Oh, yeah, I can put it straight into here, kind of. There we go. Oh, well, didn't mean to make tin alloy plates, but that happens. Are there fluid drawers? Let me have a look. Don't think so. I mean, I've heard of them. There's mod packs that might have them. Functional storage doesn't seem to. There is something called an ender drawer. I don't know if that's just an ender drawer for items. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, rubber sheets. What was I making again? Fluid tank upgrade. Okay, let me do that from my actual crafting setup. There we go. And then the LV1 involves some soul-infused gears. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay, thanks for that. I'd already completed early game. I just... Like, there's plenty of optional quests here. Does that mean every time I do an optional quest, it's going to do that sound? That was... yeah, okay. Jump scared by the quest log. Okay. It would make sense for this pack to remove them. Probably. One thing, like, I don't know if this is a hot take, but I dislike having too many options in a mod pack. Like, I don't like, say, like 4 different storage mods, like, in there. Like, I would prefer if there was like 1 or 2 and they had specific purposes. So if you wanted to go down one route, you could go down that way. And if you wanted to do the other thing, you'd do the other thing. I don't like having too many choices in front of me. All right. What was I doing? Soul-infused gears. So, got some soul-infused ingots. Go to my alloy smelter. All right, so this should work, shouldn't it? If I put enough in there. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I prefer using this than having to craft all the little parts, like turning it into plates and rods and stuff like that. I've been using this to make a lot of steel gears. Okay, and I guess that comes back in here, I think. One of those and one of those. Nice. And then I just need to put these into there. One thing that's really good about the drums, though, is how you can use them as like cells. You can pick up stuff and put stuff into things. I don't know if you can do that with the fluid cell. Oh, well, we'll see. What am I doing? Looking at the wrong machine. Yes. Yeah, that's the only downside. All right, so this should... Ah, ha, ha, look at that. 256 buckets. Okay, that was a good piece of info, because this setup here is, it looks nice and industrial, but it is getting out of hand. Okay, so I guess I can probably just put these into here then. Can I just do this? Yes. Okay. Nice and easy. Oh, I've actually filled it up. Not too bad. Okay. There we go. I'll place this guy next to it. It's continuing the industrial aesthetic, which I like. But I've freed up all those drums. Excellent. Thank you very much. That's really good. And that one's empty, so I can put that back into here. Okay, what was I doing? What was I doing next? I get distracted easily. One thing that I want to do... So this is to remind me that what I actually wanted to do here is, rather than have the entrance be orthogonal, like on, you know, on the normal sort of directions, I thought maybe we could have the entrance be on an angle. So we get rid of this grass, have the entryway here into this room, this building, just for something different. So that might be fun. Like have an archway, or yeah, that sort of shape. So this was just to remind me of that. So this area here, what I want to do here is, this will be where all the chemicals are processed or made. So when in episode 9, I'm planning to build the sulfuric acid production and the sodium persulfate and a whole bunch of other stuff. This is where the sulfuric acid machine will go and where it will be stored for the moment. And then all the other acids, and I'll just keep expanding it out. Because I had a big sort of factory floor in the previous series that was just all different chemical processes, and I really liked it. It was kind of cool. You go in there and you just check on an individual machine or a setup of machines. So I like to centralize that stuff rather than have it scattered around. And yeah, that's what we want to do. Obviously, we've got the second level. We need some walls. I don't know what I'm going to build this, like what I'm going to make the building out of. I'd like to try different palettes. And actually, my philosophy with building is to try and match the technology of the thing that I'm building it with. If that doesn't make sense, I need to explain myself better. All right, so with this one here, this is obviously just a stone barrel, so it's stone. So that's why this is a stone brick wall. This is wrought iron, and it looks nice, but also wrought iron is one of the earliest metals you get access to. So it kind of suits that stone to wrought iron transition. The same with the those details up there, which, what are they made of? Just simple stone pillars. And so this is all very sort of low-tech stuff. And then over here, oh, I could fly, couldn't I? Haha, I keep forgetting. This guy over here, I just heard some llamas. Where are they? Over there, okay. Llamas are so annoying. Yeah, with this machine, obviously it's made of these fire bricks, and I've got these little sticky outy bits, but part of the construction of it is brass. So I use these brass bars here. There's no such thing as a brass frame, unfortunately, so I had to use bronze, but it does sort of match. And this is obviously bronze machine casings. So yeah, I was just trying to match the type of materials used. Same over here for the ore processors. This is all steel and solid machines, solid machine casings. So I've done that sort of thing all the way around. Not having auto hover is a bit of an annoyance. Yeah. So that's basically what I'm trying to get at. So over here, after I built the machine here that makes all that calcite for the bone meal for the ethanol, I thought, well, I haven't built with calcite before. Let's build a whole room or a whole building out of calcite. And then I looked for some contrasting block colors. So these reds, so that's actually mangrove, I think. Yeah, stripped mangrove wood, just on a copycat wall. And then I used granite as well, because granite's not a color I often use. So we've got sort of the main white and then 2 different shades of red as a contrasting. Then of course all the little details like putting in different variants of each. So yeah, one thing I do eventually want to do, because this isn't finished yet, this needs to be steel. It's gonna be expensive, but now that we've got this set up here and we've got actually lots of steel, now that we've got lots of steel, it's actually viable. But yeah, we'll see. In my last playthrough, I don't know if anyone who watched my last playthrough noticed, but I was using a lot of expensive blocks for decorations. So early when I got hold of stainless steel, I was using it everywhere because I liked the look of it. And so I was building staircases and fences and all kinds of stuff out of stainless steel, when most people will probably look at it and just think that's so ridiculous. But yeah, like I've said, for me, it's a lot about the aesthetics. And even early in the, like, once I first got steel, I made these steel blocks and put them here. So that's 9 ingots a piece that I essentially wasted, but it's part of the decoration of the base. Because my thought was, they need somewhere to store the bricks. Sorry, they need somewhere to store the steel that they're producing in the blast furnace, and they just kind of stack them up next to it. And similarly, this is made out of bricks, and they had some spare bricks, so they stored them somewhere under the stairs. Seemed like a good idea. This was originally here. I just moved it recently, but yeah. I disabled the llamas, couldn't deal with the annoyance. Yeah. That said, they are a good source of leather. So I've got a few, as you can see, and 15 leads. So they've come to visit a few times. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Distracted again. What was I doing? Yeah, I was talking about this. Don't need the scaffolding now. I can just fly. How is it going? It's hardly any usage at all. That's not bad. Okay. I do want to have a second layer to this. So I think there will be a second floor, which I guess we could do now. Let's continue building it out. Let's grab some copycat panels. Now, copycat panels don't seem to like effortless building, so I think I'm going to have to do this the correct way for the copycat panels, because they like to connect like this. I will have to add some sort of support under here to connect this floor to this beam, I think. We'll see how it looks. I'm not sure exactly why I'm doing this right now. It's not the priority. I don't have plans to build anything up here yet. Although, this could be the MV area, couldn't it? Okay, so I need some heavy calcite bricks. Oh, do I? No, I need some just normal calcite bricks. I've only got the one. All right, I guess I'll make some more. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. I really miss being able to fly. Cool. Now, I probably won't go over that area there because of the, what do you call it, the exhaust from those two things going up. I think it'd be better if it just is free to go up taller. So that does limit the area that we've got, but I think it'll be enough. So if we go across here. Oh, that's not too bad. It lines up, and then I can get rid of these. Jetpack info in top left of HUD. Ah, yes, okay. It's obscured a little bit by the frame rate. Maybe I can turn that off. Is there a thing that shows you where the... Turn that off, frame rate indicator? No. Yeah. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, there's no optional quest informing you of the early flight. Because I could have had that a few episodes ago. Especially since it's liquid fuel. It's easy to make. Where's the thing that turns off that thing? Am I just not seeing it? Oh, I'm blind. I can't find it. Oh, well. I can see it's got the engine on. I just can't read the other bit because the fuel level is obscured. All right. Now, safety first. We need some kind of a thing here. Let's put the bars on. Wish there was more options for bars, because there's only the copper bars, the brass bars, and the andesite bars. Be nice if there was some other options. When you get to MV, set up autocrafting, get rock crusher. Get rock crusher, put lava and ended fluid on the sides to get infinite skystone. Ah, yes. So, oops. Be nice to get some speed going, but actually, can you sprint? Then, hang on. Sort of. It's pretty slow. I do have a rock crusher over here. So that's being used to make gravel with the forge hammer to feed this machine. So yeah, I need to set up all the different... I'll start again. My mouth is running away with me. I need to set up all the different stone productions that I have access to. This one here is making blackstone. Has this stopped? Ah, that's full. Okay. Oh, that's fine. That's plenty of galena at the moment. It's just not being processed. So, yeah, cool. It needs to be MV for skystone. Yes. Yeah, there's different ones, isn't there? We go to the thing. Yeah, so deep slate, for example, is EV, etc. So skystone is which one? Tough. Oh, of course it had to be the last one on the last page. Yeah, MV. Okay. So I just need some resonant ender, which I think is just end. You just extract some ender pearls or something like that. The FPS meter settings are under video settings, chloride interface. Oh, okay, cool. All right, let's look at that. Video settings, chloride interface. Aha, okay. Put it in the right, couldn't I? That work? Yeah, all right, there we go. Done. Fuel level. So if I just hover for a while. That is barely going down at all. That's pretty good. All right. Thank you for that. Now I'm going to have to actually create a floor for this because I don't like the pattern it's making on the floor. Probably something solid. And then I've got to light this place up. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's use our jetpack. Cool. Yeah, okay. I don't mind this at all as an area. And having this open, I think, is a good idea. Maybe. That could be straight across. Let's think about how this feels when we come in here. So that will just be one large open space. It is a bit of a waste. Right, I need some more copycat panels regardless. Yes, ender pearls to get jet boots make the MV assembler. Yes, yep. That's not too far off, I think. I'll be getting to MV pretty soon. It's sad how quickly you stop using crate once actual power methods come. I really enjoy the early game's use of the crate mod. Yeah, I'm in two minds with that because the create to start with is really cool, but then you start to build some of the GregTech machines and then they don't work so well together, and then you sort of end up having to just throw away the crate stuff. Like, I really like my windmill setup, but it's not that useful at the moment. Like, it's not used much. So as you can see, the capacity is actually pretty high. So network stress is 63%. I've got plenty of capacity left. And it's not used at all. Like, none of this stuff in here is used anymore. And I technically don't need any of this, like these big machines here, for making the different materials. I could replace with like 4 hammers, like a rock crusher and 3 4 hammers in like a tiny, I could probably do it in like a 2x2 block, just feeding from one to the other in a circle compared to this. And the same for those two. Oh, thanks for that. Jeez, like the clearing of the throat thing is pretty crazy. Okay, anyway. Cool. All right. Should I... okay. Got distracted again. Now, what do I need? Zinc, I think, to make the copycat panels. Yeah, that would be right. I love this version of Star Technology because it's got the copycat panels and lots of other options. Back in the previous version I played, the beta, I think there was only 4 different options. So this is pretty crazy. I haven't even tried any of the angled ones. I know a lot of people like to build like sort of diagonal things. Diagonal things. What a terrible way of explaining it. Let's make a whole bunch of those. Yeah, I don't think Minecraft looks good when you try and do curves, especially if you use blocks that have curved shapes to them. I don't think it suits the aesthetic of the game. Like, you'd have to have them everywhere for it to work. And the 45-degree angles that you can get, I've used up all those. Do I have any shapes? No. The 45-degree angles you can get, they can sometimes work okay, but I feel like it is a blocky game. The whole thing would need to be rounded in order for it to look... It looks out of place, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not talking about, like, you can make circles, obviously, like the blocky circles, like, which one? This one. I could use this kind of shape to... Do I even have any blocks? Yeah. So you can do... That's not working. Why is that not working? Let's come over here for a sec. Yeah, so you can do that. And that kind of makes sense because it's still blocky. Because each of the, the edges are, is very pixelated. But having that be a nice smooth curve just looks wrong, in my opinion. That's just purely my opinion, obviously. Like, everyone do your own thing. Man, I am late. Yes, I've been going for about 90 minutes or so. Planning to continue probably for another hour, maybe another 90 minutes, depending on how my voice goes. So yeah, welcome. All right. Let's. I really just want to try what happens if this actually goes all the way across there. So let's give it a go. Do a bit of this. I really like these copycat panels. I've said that quite a few times, but I like them for flooring. Get rid of that. Because it lets you have like nice thin floors that you can still walk on, and pretty much any material will work on them, including glass, actually. So you can have nice, like thin glass roofs or floors. And it looks a bit more, I don't know, it still takes up a full block, so you can't run wires and stuff underneath it unless you use the facades. But I think I kind of, yeah, I like it. So I've always wanted to do that again here. The placement system that Create has for these is a little bit annoying sometimes. It can end up placing blocks where you don't expect them. Okay, I need to fix that. But let's have a look at how this feels. It'll be different when it's actually got a texture as well. So walking in here, obviously it's very dark. I need some lights. Oh, I can hang some lights from underneath. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's hard to judge with it being transparent. I need to put some blocks onto it. I guess, what kind of flooring would this place have? Not calcite, because that's stone. This is low tech. It's probably going to be metal, isn't it? Let me see. Catch up. I'm losing track of the comments. Agree 100%. I do think if there's a place to fit in the sci-fi feel of mid to late game Greg Tech, though, where everything looks like spaceship machinery. Yes. Yeah. When everything starts to look very fancy. Yeah. I agree 100%. Okay. This needs to be a solid block. But what kind of solid block? Something fairly plain. Could be wood. No. Some sort of metal. What metals do we have to work with? Can we use tin? What kind of block would it be, though? I don't want to use blocks of tin. That'd just be crazy. Is there a machine casing that we can make that would look good? Sorry, not machine casing. What's it called? A solid. Oh, it is a machine casing. Maybe. Let's not be too indecisive because I'm terrible at that. Let's just make it out of calcite for the moment, and we can always replace it later. So we want something fairly plain. Eroded calcite. So that's what it looks like from the top. And that's what it looks like underneath. I guess, I mean, that could work. All right, let's give that a go. Let's not be too precious about it. Could always replace it later. There's nothing that you do in this game that you can't undo, no matter how big the project is. It just takes time. All right. Oops. Oh, this is going to be annoying. I'm going to misclick like that so many times. I already think it's too white. It'd be nice if it was slightly darker. Maybe it's because the sunlight's directly above, though. Get a bit of a groove on if you get the rhythm going. That's very bright, isn't it? That doesn't look too bad. It's going to make that slight pinging sound every time I walk across it, though. Anyway, how's it look? Okay, not too bad. Reminds me of one of those office building roofs with that sort of that kind of bubbly texture. Okay. I don't hate it. It doesn't mean it will stay that way. And we're going to need a whole bunch more to finish that off. Now I'm just going to try something. Hang on. Grab some andesite. What if we did eroded andesite instead? I think that'd be too grey. Did I miss it? Yeah, I did. Oops, that's not the one I want. There we go. Just for the sake of argument, let's see what this looks like. So I put that into the offhand. I can do this. Oops. Why didn't that work? Okay, I'm doing that completely wrong. Let's not try and be clever. Let's get rid of these. So you notice the texture a lot more. Oh, okay. That is a lot darker underneath. Okay. That is something I will have to figure out. I don't mind the look of it on top here. It looks almost like grey carpet. And it doesn't make that pinging sound. I don't know if it's coming through in the recording because I've turned down the game sounds a bit. But it makes that kind of that calcite ping, 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 like musical kind of sound as you're walking across it, just very quietly. Chiseled concrete, sheet metal block. Okay, let's have a look at sheet metal. Sheet metal might be too dark. Do you mean like this one, the sheet metal plating? Oh, okay. Or maybe this one. Yeah, okay. I've got lots of iron. Let's do that. I can make 64 of those. The first one. Okay. Well, I'll make one of these anyway. And then... Oh, do you mean the first one as in the first one like I looked at, or the first one in the list? I'm guessing you mean this one because that's called sheet metal block. I'll try that. Okay. Very satisfying sound. Ping, 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 ping. Clang, clang. Okay. It's a very similar color. Oops. Told you that would happen. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Let's have a look. You know what? I don't know if it works for this, but that would look really good as the roof. Like a sheet metal roof. It might not work between floors, but that's definitely the roof, I think. Because I think that would suit. I still haven't figured out what the roof is going to be. Check if you can change the direction. Okay. Well, if I place it like that. Okay, so it doesn't seem to matter which orientation I have. Is there another way I could change it? Probably not. It does connect vertically and horizontally, but always seems to be oriented that way. Yes, that would be nice as a roof. Yeah, I agree. I think it would very much suit the aesthetic. So I think that's a winner. When we eventually do the roof, which I think will be, I don't think I'll go taller than this. Like the next level up will be the roof. But I don't think it looks right here. And it's cheap to make. So that's great. 64 blocks for only 18 iron ingots is not bad. That eroded andesite is a bit too dark. We might just go with this. Oh, hang on. I did see someone made. I did see some other things. Quartz, I think, would be way too white. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe not, because that's got a slight pinkness to it, doesn't it? Ooh, it's got the tiles. The only reason why you can't really see the tiles on the top is because of the bright light. I don't mind that at all, actually. I've got lots of nether quartz. That's not a problem at all. Let's try that. Oh, okay. That's quite interesting. I mean, look at that. That is much nicer than that underneath, I feel. There's a bit more of a difference between the walls as well. And it just makes normal sounds when you walk across it. It's such a silly thing to care about, but like this, yeah, that little very slight musical ping does bother me a little bit. It doesn't feel right if you're walking through that kind of a thing. Be nice. It would be nice to point it towards the pillar. Yeah. White concrete. Yes. White concrete, I think, would be very white. Whoops. Iron concrete is not the right word. White concrete. I haven't made any concrete powder yet, but I guess I could. And then I can bulk wash that. Don't have that. I might just have to do it the old-fashioned way. Got a bucket of water somewhere. Got an oxygen bucket. I can dump that over here. There we go. Now, where's my nearest aqueous accumulator? Oh, hang on. I've got water storage here. Okie dokie. Is that going to work? That water, it looks interesting. I haven't... Okay, don't know what that was about. I haven't seen water, flowing water, in this little area. The color on that was quite interesting. Right, so I've got the white concrete. Let's try this. I think it's going to be too white, but always open to ideas. Oh, it's about the same, isn't it? It's just if you want a slightly bluer tone or a slightly pinker tone. From underneath, obviously, it's a little bit less interesting. That said, there are a lot of blocks you can make with white concrete in the stone cutter. So let's have a look at that. So smooth white concrete is one I used a lot in the previous build. I used that for a lot of the flooring and stuff when it started to get more high-tech, which was around about MV onwards, when I started to dabble into AE2, I felt it deserved like that white, very clean aesthetic compared to the stone from before. Try industrial iron. It looks rusty. Coal and iron. Okay. Let's try this. And that's got connected textures, obviously. Okay, that's not any different. There is a tiles version, I think. Not bricks, we want tiles. Or panel, I think, is the one. Oh, no, it's all joined still. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm after. Can't remember which one I used in the last playthrough. I did a lot of flooring with one of the white concrete ones. Let's try the tiles. Ah, I used these a lot, the wired ones for decoration. I love the fact that they were multicolored like that. And the grill. Yeah, they were good. It's coming back to me now. It's been a long time since I've been in that world. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's the one I used. Yeah, because it's got like, it's not all, it's joined, but not like that. Oh, that looks nice. Ooh, okay. Now I'm torn. Because they're both good. The quartz gives you a bit of a warmer feel, very slightly, and this gives you a bit of a more neutral to the, like, you know, blue tones. That's a tough call. That's a tough call. What I should do is try it against this over here. That's a tough one. Okay. Well, I don't have to make the call right now because obviously I've got to replace all that because I'm not happy with it. So whichever one I pick eventually. That bloom on that sunlight's quite cool, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, I guess I don't need to make the exact decision right now, but I think I've committed to this being a floor out here rather than have it be open. I think it looks all right. And so we probably should just finish off this area here. Like that. All right. It would make sense to keep going that way because that's going to be a doorway. So I'm not going to put any machinery down there. Oh, I always get this wrong. It's always sends the block that I'm placing or the panel I'm placing in the wrong direction. It can be annoying. It just doesn't work with effortless building. Like if you try and place it, it ends up in the wrong place. It just doesn't work. Yeah, I think the industrial iron block is going to be too dark. Yeah, look at that. Very dark in color. That could be something I use elsewhere. But I think for this building, it would not quite be right. All right, almost there. Placing these can be a bit annoying. Cool. Use it for the walkway instead of steel. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So, just as a like a demonstration. This is steel. I did try this bit here just to see what it would look like. I also wanted to create like a slight curve. So we've got like the full blocks and then some slabs and then some of that panel. And that looks quite nice as a bridge. But you're saying the industrial ones. All right. So billets are that. Do we not have coal? Okay. So I guess we could use that as is. Makes an interesting sound. I'm hung up on the sound, aren't I? This doesn't sound right at all. Because this is metal, but it should be making a clang clang noise as you're walking across it, but it doesn't. Okay. I don't mind it. One of the downsides of what I was going to do here with the steel is it's transparent. So you can see through it. Which in certain circumstances would actually make sense. So where's a good example? Let's fly over here quickly. I didn't end up picking the block for this yet. So these are just raw. But I imagine this would sort of be like an open mesh type thing. Because I always imagine if this is out in the weather, you want water to drain through. Right? So pretend it's raining. You don't want the water to pool up here. You want it to just go through so it's not a slipping hazard. Safety first. Oh, that's the wrong block. Hang on. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah, so it would make sense for this to be transparent or like, have holes in it so that the water would drain through and so it wouldn't be a slipping hazard. This part over here is going to be indoors, so it doesn't have to be. Color palette wise, I think it works quite nicely. It is a bit of a contrast to that dark red though. Yeah. Use it for the walkway, yeah, near the roof line. Cheaper where you can cast iron. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cheap to make. I've got loads of charcoal. Let's try the steps. Let's make a bit more. What's this stuff called again? Industrial iron. This is good. I'm getting lots of good suggestions. Because obviously there's so many... Oops. Ah, I'm using the wrong crafting thing. There's so many blocks. So many different types that you can go with. The decoration and stuff like that. So, yeah. You know, it kind of matches this as well. So that's chain link fence. I wonder if that's from the same mod. It is. Okay. That's why. Oh, you know what would be really good? If I could do the same thing with these. But chain link wouldn't look good on these because it doesn't end in a nice, neat way. Sort of need a different material for those. So that doesn't look right. Okay. Anyway, I think I like those stairs. Let's finish this off. And it is cheaper, yes, because I don't have to make steel. And then that would be this floor. So I don't want to color those. Let's for the moment, let's just put quartz. Like that. Does look a little bit strange with that top step being a different material, but that would look weird if that was, or would it? Let's try that out. What? Just the one. That could work. I'll leave it like that for now. All right, for the bar, use zinc. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like zinc blocks? Or because I want it to be, I want it to have holes through it, like a fences and stuff. I don't think you mean that, do you? Because that's just a solid block. I don't think it looks right. What, something, put zinc. Oh, yeah, zinc in the stone cutter. Yeah, that gives you access to all the different bars and stuff, like the copycat panels. Is that what you mean? Because one thing that I want to do is I like the fences to be on the very edge of blocks. So that's why I'm not using fences and walls, because they go in the middle of blocks. Yeah. So if I grab a copycat wall, you can see that it's in the middle. Whereas what I want to do is I want to use the ability for panels to go on the edge of a block like that. And so that's why, because normal bars go in the middle like that. But if you skin it onto a panel, it's right on the edge, which looks pretty cool. So I don't like the space either side. Cool. All right. Have to get used to that new sound walking around. I like it. Yeah, okay. And I could do the same thing here, couldn't I? Let's do that. Although it does break that rule I had about it being not slippery. It matches the color, pretty much. So maybe I'll just leave it. And if I hate it later, I can fix it. All right. I think I actually need to take a short break. So I will do that and I'll come back. Where can I put this? I've been talking for, oh wow, 2 hours. That time absolutely flew past. That's crazy. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Thank you for staying with me after that short break. Get rid of that. All right. Where were we at? Okay. So this is looking pretty good. Oh, okay. Try cast iron balustrade. Didn't see that message. Let me have a quick look. Cast iron. Oops. Ooh. Okay. Cast iron billet. Okay. I should use my other crafting system. Let's get rid of some of this stuff out of my inventory. Okay, so that kind of looks cool. I actually like the pattern on it better than this pattern on this. Maybe. All right. So can that be put on a copycat panel is the question. Ahaha, okay, it can. That is a strong contender. All right, hang on. Let's see. Are there any other types of balustrade? No. Okay, that's a little bit disappointing, but that's cool. Okay. Hang on. I probably need those ones, don't I? I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press shift then. Okay, let's do a bit of this. Oh, I know why that's not working, because it's the laser wrench. If I use a normal wrench, this will work. So if you right-click twice, it replaces it like that. I was trying that with the laser wrench and it wasn't doing it. Just to prove that I'm not crazy. See? It's not placing it. But with this other one, it does. That's what I've been trying to do earlier in this stream, but it wasn't working. Okay. That looks a little bit, I want to say 19th century, because it's a cast iron. Huh. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. Oh, I'm out. Need to make them a bit more. I love this. This is so good. Getting all these decoration ideas. I wasn't expecting that. Ah, okay, hang on. I wasn't expecting that from this stream. I thought I'd be mostly explaining stuff and doing things, but yeah, I'm getting a lot out of this as well. This is great. That looks cool. I like it. Or try framed bars. You can do same as copycat. Ah, okay. Do I have any framed bars? I do. I might have tried them already. Ah, okay, yeah. This is why I didn't like them, because I didn't like that sort of odd kind of shape that looks like that. Because they are just like the normal Minecraft iron bars. I prefer them sort of to be more what's the right word? Continuous. So if I skinned it with that, it's just the same shape. I don't like that kind of structure, unfortunately. Oh, what the heck? Okay, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Hang on a sec. Does that mean I can do that for these things here as well? No, but I could do this. Hang on, get this out of my inventory. Oh, hang on. No. That's a framed bar. I need a framed fence. Because it bothers me that it connects. So if I go like that. Hang on. Ah, it's not going to connect to these, is it? I'm going to have to replace the whole thing. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's an option. But it bothers me that when I was placing this oak thing here, that it was connecting. It's not supposed to connect. There's other places in the base that have that issue as well. I'm just trying to think of any. Like over here. The reason why there's a gap here is because I didn't want this to connect to that. Because it just looks a bit silly. So if I use those framed ones and rotate them, then I could do that. So yeah, okay. Learning all kinds of new stuff today. I'm using the wrong tool for that. Just get rid of these. Okay, so the framed bars I think are a no-go, but that's reminded me of the framed fence. So actually, let me just place this down here to remind me. I'll come back to that. This is starting to look quite dark, isn't it? Because of the color of this. That's something I didn't anticipate. Let me just... Not much different, is it? Okay. The cast iron balustrade actually doesn't look too bad. The room is starting to look very blue, which is making me wonder about this red aesthetic. We need some lights in here. What lighting options do we have? Got these illuminant panels. That might be a bit too high tech for this room. Those type of panels. I'll leave it there for now. Something like that might be what we want to go with. Cool. All right. Now, this balustrade... Whoops, that's slime balls. Ah, okay. I feel like I could probably use this elsewhere in the base as well. Places where the raw iron would make more sense. Like here. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Doesn't quite match that color wrought iron, but... Ah, and these could be wrought iron. Sorry, why am I keep saying wrought iron? It's cast iron. That looks kind of cool. I do like that. It matches much better. Then hang on, can I do the same thing here? Not sure about that myself. Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. There's probably a lot of other places I could do this as well. So that's given me one more bar option in my repertoire now. So let's have a look at the bars. So I've got the copper ones, which are really hard to use. They're not, they don't fit with a lot of the areas where I've tried to use them. So if I just do a little demonstration here. Oh, I need to place 2, wouldn't I? Otherwise you can't see the... So there's those. Get one of those, and... There's those, and there's those, and I've run out of space. And then there's... No. Oh, I can just do it above, can't I? Oops. Come on. Then there's those. So there's, yeah, obviously that is a new addition to this, and it actually does look good. I like how dark it is in color compared to these two. This one's obviously very neutral. That's why I use it so much, because it suits a lot of different palettes. This one's very decorative, very gold, brassy kind of color. And this one is very closed, and those little crosses are a little bit annoying. So the only place I've managed to use them is in here, which is, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, all right, I'll leave that there for now, because that can be my little kind of color palette selector. Oh, that would look good with raw iron. Sorry, the cast iron. But I'm probably going to get rid of those, or at least not use them anymore. Hang on a sec. This has finished. To put some more logs in here. Cool. Okay. For the lighting, try dynamic edge light. It looks so clean. Ah, okay. Simply light. Okay. Well, let's look at what they have to offer. Ah, okay. So it's the same mod that I love. I love this luminant blocks and the slabs, mostly because they can be applied to panels. So they work with copycat blocks, which is pretty good. I love these illuminant fixtures. So dynamic edge light. Okay. Do the bottom one. All right. I do like shaders that light up the room, like when you've got them, like in your hand, like that. I did pick a spot where it's like, hang on. Let's go in here where it is dark. Okay. I assume you can't place anything in that block now. Yeah, you can't. Okay. I mean, did you... Oh, okay. Misclick. Okay. What if I do... Alrighty. That's not what I expected, but that's interesting to know. Okay. Actually... Because what I'm thinking, this is completely off what I was actually doing. But if there was a light in this section here shining up, like what kind of light do you call that? I'm not exactly sure. Interesting. Magnet when? Yeah, good question. Let me look. Can I get the magnet now? I can. I won't be able to... Will I be able to recharge it? Probably. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, actually, no, I've got plenty of coins. I don't like losing items into the void, so that is a fair thing. I forgot that there was such a thing as the magnet. Is that turned on? It is disabled. There we go. No more lost items. Thank you. It can be annoying sometimes when I forget and I'm like, oh, I don't want that anymore. And then presumably, oh, do I have to have it? Oh, I've got to put it into a slot, don't I? Okay. Good thing I checked that. There we go. Is that going to come over here? No? Is that not working? Interesting. I want my money back. This thing doesn't work. What's the deal with that? Come on. Do something. Okay. I mean, I'll put it in the slot. It doesn't seem to work. Must be a reason. All right. So let's make some more dynamic edge lights. I mean, I just love this lighting mod. Full stop. Get a refund. Yeah. Got to call the consumer protection people. It's like I didn't get what I paid for. If I do one of these, oh, I can convert them. Okay, that's cool. So if I convert one of these to a top light, what if I do that? That looks nice. And it's lighting the floor. That, oh, I like that. I actually prefer that to having it down there, I think. It's just made me realize this can actually go all the way across, can't it? Oops. At least to there. Get rid of that. Some eroded calcite. Oops. Did it again. I know it's the wrong block, but I just want something there to make it darker, basically. That's not too bad. The alternative is that. I wouldn't be able to place that here because there's already a block in that block. I do like how it wraps around the corner. That's kind of cool. Okay. Had issues with the magnet before. Sometimes it works, other times not so much. Yeah, that's weird. I think it looks kind of messy on the ground. It looks more like a rail if it's higher. Yeah. It doesn't quite look right on the floor, does it? I like the lighting effect. I mean, it would make more sense to have the lights up above eye level shining down, right? Whoops, that's not where I wanted to put that. The top one, right? Like that doesn't light up the area at all, really. It just lights the wall. Interesting. Okay. My inventory is just full of stuff now. GTA magnets have a filter accessible by right-clicking. You can change the filter mode to blacklist and it will work with all items. Okay. What's that button? I press G. Right-click. Okay. Ah, okay. Oh. Oh, it just picked something up. I just saw it. No? Yes. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's all it is. So by default, it doesn't pick up any items. And so when you right click, you can change it. So I've blacklist. This is a blacklist. So anything in here it won't pick up. So if I put calcite bricks in there, if I throw them, it won't pick them up, I'm presuming. But if I do throw some of these, it will pick them up. Yep. Okay, cool. Good to know. So I'll leave it on the blacklist and I'll put it into that other slot. There we go. I'm going to have to mention that in the next episode, I think, because that's useful knowledge. All right. Try the illuminate fixture, which is... which one? That one. Ah, yes. These are good. Yeah, you're right. I've used these before. Not in this playthrough, but what am I missing? Glowstone, I'm guessing. Yep. I like the fact it's got like a dark part of it. So, you know, that bit. Yeah, I mean, that's just a very standard light, isn't it? As you'd expect. I mean, they'll look good wherever you spam them. That looks nice, actually. I mean, I think I've placed too many of them, but around about that height. And the fact it's, you know, it looks like it's designed to shine light down. Don't think you can rotate them either. No, it's just a down-facing light. I like it. The rods are hard to use, and the columns are great if you want the outdoor lighting, like like that. A lot of options here. I'll have to figure it out once I've actually filled in the flooring. I might get rid of a few of these because it was like a lighting showroom almost. That'll do for now. Great. All right. Let's clean up my inventory a little bit. Oh. Okay. I have run out of space. Can you dye the lights? Okay. As in apply dye to them. Yeah, okay. Do I have any dye? No. I think because they have different lights colors wise, I don't know if they have these others. So these just hang some walls or sticks to ceilings and floors. Okay. Yeah. I know that each of these, like the solid block ones, you can have with colors, but I don't know if any of the other ones you can. Yeah, okay. So now I need to fix my storage problem. Probably could just add some more chests. I don't really want to build a colossal chest yet, because I'm expecting to get to AE2 soon. And then all those problems will be gone. But colossal chest, excuse me, colossal chest could be doable. It's just too easy just to add a few more chests. As long as you don't run out of wood. Because the reason why I'm a little bit against it is I had one in my last playthrough And I found that it once I got AE2, it started to act a bit weird. Oops, didn't want to do that. Like I ended up with loads of stuff in it that wasn't supposed to be there. That looks terrible. Okay. But now I should be able to put stuff in. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, try light bulb, see if it's any good. I was just wondering about old sodium bulbs, super energy efficient. They were used in factories a lot, and they had a distinctive yellow-orange glow. Okay. Yeah, yeah, the sodium vapor lamps. I know exactly what you mean. Get one of those. So these all stick on the wall. Whoop, turn that off. Stick on the wall. Oh, okay. Is that what? What's causing? Ah, I thought that shaft of light was coming from the light, but it's just because of the. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's just a simple light. I mean, the name's in the mod, right? What else can I do with these? Yeah, okay. So for the aesthetic of a very low-tech factory, which is what LV is, that would maybe look better. It might match the raw iron or cast iron of these guys a bit more. This aluminum fixture looks too much like office building kind of, bit nicer, bit cleaner. Depends on if you want a lab or a factory. Yeah, for this particular building, which isn't going to be... So, long term, I think I'll probably move out of this building. So the AE2 stuff's not going to go into here. This is just going to be... Or maybe just maybe add a terminal or something. I don't know, actually. Still figuring it out. But this is where MV is going to be, that's for sure, because we need lots of new machines. And I don't want to... actually... Like, once we switch to MV, what's the point of this? There'd be no point to it. Why would you keep the LV stuff? Oh, well, we'll see. We'll evolve it over time. But that does give me more things to play with. More lights. What would happen if we did this just hanging from below? It's funny just having a bare bulb. I think of HV as the first clean energy tier, probably because of clean room and stainless steel. Yes. Yeah, I would agree. That's where it starts. You start to build machines that look cleaner as well. Yeah. And this is a stone building. So probably by HV, it would be like concrete. Concrete or something, yeah, cleaner looking. But you're right, yeah, clean room. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Probably end up doubling the size of this. No, probably. I mean, I guess this will be 3 levels when we're done. So the lower level, this sort of ground level, and then this level up here. So the walls will probably extend up to about here, and then the roof. So I have to decide what the roof's going to look like. If it's just going to be a flat roof or one of those sort of factory-like buildings that has the triangular roofs that go up. So kind of like, you know, like that, but on a shallower angle. Maybe more like that. And then we'll have to figure out which way it's going to face. Because that would be more interesting than a flat roof. Because I've just done flat roofs everywhere so far. Pinging sound from the magnet is a little bit annoying. Oh well. Cool. All right. But yeah, I think the bulbs suit the lighting a lot better than those fixtures. Oh, I didn't notice this. Actually, I am wearing the jetpack. That's cool. Whoops. What's it say? Colossal chest makes obsidian farm. Make it out of obsidian. It holds so much storage, same as diamond. And in the ... In this version, it can only make 5x5. Colossal chest. Okay. Oh, that's easy to make. Once you have obsidian, which I've got a little bit of. Okay, that's something to consider. All right. Just fix that up at some point. Okay, what can we do now? I do need to figure this area out. We could start building the bones of this room. I mean, building. So what can we make this out of? This is going to be chemical processes and things, so it's going to be dirty. Use a stone barrier to make infinite obsidian. Not sure what you mean by that. Stone barrel, guessing you mean. One of these. Like that. Yeah, you just need to provide it with lava. Okay. Cool. All right. What should we build this building out of? So first things first, are we going to go with an entrance that comes through here? That's something different, maybe. Or do we just stay with the standard, like we just walk through like this? Given where the sight lines are and where you walk through, maybe this would make more sense. Yeah, maybe this could be an idea I use elsewhere. Okay. Now, what am I making this building out of? What's it going to be? Do I match the aesthetic of this building? What could it be? Actually, looking at the materials that we have, blackstone is something that we've recently gotten access to. Well, in like being made for us kind of quantities. What can we do with blackstone? Blackstone's obviously, like in the name, very black. Might not suit the aesthetic. Yeah, don't... Yeah, that's going to be too dark. Let's not do that. Let's think about this. This should look like a factory. All right, let's look at some of those industrial decor ones. Sooty areas would look good with blackstone, like above the EBFs. Yeah, that's true. Yes. I could use that as a decorative block to, yeah, imply that there's a lot of pollution. Try create mod blocks. Ah, yes, because I've got all those ones to do with trains and things. Loco metal. Okay, it's a bit dark. Oh, okay. That's quite a lot of colors. Jeez. Wow. Okay. I assume that's what you're talking about. What do we need to make loco metal? This might be too dark, though. What could we go with? Like a light colored one. So this is looks like it involves diorite, maybe. How do we make white loco metal? White loco metal. Can't find the base block. Where is it? Yeah, I know how to cut it. But how do you make the actual... Oh, it's that. So you have to make it like this, do you? Yuck. That might be a bit too much work for this. Okay. What was I looking at before that? It was the industrial ones. Is there a lighter colored one? Sheet metal plating. Okay. Let's try that again. Sheet metal plating. Okay, well, it's, yeah, literally just planks of metal. That would look better if it was like if it wasn't solid walls. It would look better if it was the copycat panels, I think. Not that you can tell the difference. Maybe something with the paneling. Probably should have left those there so I could actually apply it like that. Oh, that's an odd shape, isn't it? It looks like a lot of little eyes looking at me. I don't think I like that. Siding? Walling. Hang on. Walling sounds like what we want, isn't it? I think I have converted these in a way that's not convertible back. That's all right. We don't mind. Let's make some more sheet metal. If you want, you can mute the magnet pickup sound by opening sound muffler. Oh, yes. Good idea. I'll do that. Recent. So it would be XP. Okay. Make it kind of quiet. I don't like to mute them completely. So if I do that. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit better. Thank you for that. What was I doing? I was looking at sheet metal walling. I always forget that you can mute the sounds. I've done that to a lot of the machines in the LV area because they make a lot of noise. I don't mind that at all. I'm thinking maybe, that sort of thing where it's framed on each side by something else. Probably not that block. And so you have these plating ones and have it as thin, almost like it's a warehouse, like a sheet metal warehouse. Maybe that's what would look good here. Okay. Let's get rid of all that. That's definitely a goer. What else do we have here? What would look good in between? It doesn't even need to be part of this industrial decor thing. Oh, hang on. We've got rusty ones as well. I like that. How do you make rusty sheet metal? Yeah, sheet metal and water. That's cool. And we can just make some of this. Whoops. What happened there? Oh, wrong one. I meant to make that one. Because what I want to do, see what happens if I just replace like that. So occasionally we could put in some rusty ones. Yeah. Yeah, it's not perfect, but that's like gives us some alternate what's it called? Block choices. What's this one? Ah, the rusty iron block. Okay. So I think the walls of this I was going to say machine. This building is going to be copycat panels with that siding on it, because that does look good. Oh, sorry, walling. Ah, actually, I did want to try this. The vertical ones. I wonder if that would work. Oh, okay, you can turn one into the other. That's handy. So what if I did this? Is that going to work? Kinda. Yeah, that'll do it. Although what I think I will do, these could be the columns that everything's attached to. So rather than do them like that. So from the outside, it looks the same, but from the inside, it's like these are the structural supports that these are connected to. And then probably have some sort of a horizontal different block up here as well. Like this might be like a 4x4 panel, and we just build the building out of those, or maybe 5x5. Just have lots of them. Okay. Which means we don't need these. And we need lots of this sheet metal stuff. How much iron we got? Ah, loads. All right, let's do that. And make some sidings. And then some of the wallings. I need to get a new mouse. The mouse button makes a little kind of plastic clattering sound. I don't know if it's coming through on the recording. When I'm actually doing normal like recording for my episodes, it comes through a lot, so I have to actually cut those bits out. But I'm running a noise reduction filter through OBS at the moment. So let me know if it's coming through or not, or if it's distracting. Okay, sheet metal siding, like that. What are the numbers here? Need more copycat panels. No issues for me. All right, excellent. It's good to know. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, so I care about making it sound good. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. Could be panels of 4, like I said. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that lines up perfectly. Look at that. I forgot I could fly. So that lines up beautifully there. I know this is only 3 wide, but the fact that that is there is amazing. So what we can do is do the same thing here. Break the pattern, but it will work. Oh, okay. That is actually, I'm pretty happy with that. So one thing I tried to do in my previous playthrough was have everything on the same grid. So everything lined up nicely. This time I've decided each building will have its own grid, but there won't necessarily be a grid that the entire place lines up with. So each building might be a different size with different dimensions in terms of how it's constructed internally. Not sure I'm doing a good job of explaining what I mean by that. So this building was made with blocks of 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 3 by 3, and then there's another 3 by 3 here, another 3 by 3, and then the walls encroach a little bit on that. And these are the center of the 3 by 3 blocks, I think. But over here, I just built it, and it needed to fit this, which is 5 by 5. So the space ended up being 7 by 7, and then, yeah, anyway. I need to get back to this. The fact that this lines up is great. It's looking good. All right, let's see what time we are. Okay, we've almost been going for 3 hours. I think it's probably almost time to end it. What I'll do is I'll just do this quickly. See how it looks. I've really enjoyed this. This is something I'm definitely going to do again. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Something not quite right about it, but it's a really good start. Like from the outside, it looks like a very solid looking thing, but then when you come inside, you're like, oh, okay, that's only paper thin. It needs some other colors or contrast. Maybe this isn't the right block for that, but it's a great start. That's definitely going to be the shape of the building. Now, before I forget, I did want to have some sort of a pillar somewhere here. And my idea was I would have this staircase that leads up to the next level wrap around that pillar. Oh, I can figure that out. Somewhere here, maybe. Whoops. Oh, I think that's a problem to solve for another day. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm actually starting to lose my voice, I think. Too much talking. So I think this is probably a good place to end the stream. I've really enjoyed this. It's been great chatting with all of you and hearing all these extra, all these ideas and things that I didn't have before. So it's been very collaborative. I'm loving it. We've done a fair bit of work. I've talked a lot. My voice is starting to get a little bit gravelly, I think. Need to take a little break. But yeah. So I think we'll end it there. Thank you so much for listening. If you have been watching my videos and you're not already part of the Discord, then please join in. The link is in the description of any of my videos. I might add it to the description of the stream. But yeah. Oh, hang on. What's that? Rusty, whenever you have dripping water. Yes. Yep. It's an item called a randomizer bag. Randomly picks blocks. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I missed those 2 messages. Yep. I need to look into those 2 things. But yeah, it's been fun. Thanks so much. Cheers.